also need to focus on addressing the root causes of migration, economic disparities, political conflicts, environmental degradation, and lack of opportunities drive people to migrate in search of a better life. To tackle these underlying factors, the Nigerian government should prioritize sustainable development and inclusive growth by creating an environment that fosters economic opportunities, social equity, and environmental sustainability. We can reduce the desire or need for individuals to migrate. Finally, we must not forget the importance of investing in education and skills development. By equipping our population with necessary knowledge and skills, we can empower individuals to contribute to the country's development and reduce the brain drain often associated with migration. Education and training programs should be expanded and tailored to the specific needs of the labor market, ultimately creating a win-win situation for both individuals and the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, migration is a complex and multifaceted challenge that demands our collective efforts, innovative solutions, and sustained commitment. While we commend the Nigerian government and concerned agencies for initiatives thus far, we urge them to do more. We must prioritize data collection, policy implementation, international cooperation, addressing root causes, and investing in education and skills development. Together, let us forge a path towards sustainable growth, social progress, and a better future for all.
The topic is migration issues and dangers of irregular migration. Let me start by an introduction. Nigeria, like many other countries of the world, is going through a myriad of socio-economic and other challenges, which provide the basis for many Nigerians to seek migration, both legally and illegally, to other places in search of the proverbial green pastures. Regular migration presents numerous opportunities for the development of a country, while on the contrary, irregular migration poses a lot of threats to the well-being of any nation. Migration, as defined by the International Organization for Migration, is the movement of a person or group of persons, either across an international border or within a state. It is a population movement encompassing any kind of movement of people, whatever its length, composition, and causes. It includes migration of refugees, displaced persons, economic migrants, and persons moving for other purposes, including family reunification. Migration is often analyzed in terms of the push and pull factors. While the push factors are the things which drive people to leave their country, the pull factors are those which attract them to a new country. Push factors can include, but are not limited to, unemployment, lack of service or amenities, poor safety and security, high rate of crime, crop failure, droughts, flooding, poverty, war. While the pull factors include potentials for employment, better service provision, safer atmosphere, low crime rates, fertile land, good food suppliers, less risk of natural hazards, greater wealth or affluence, political security, more attractive climates, and attractive quality of life.
So what in terms of sensitization is this doing for you?
Okay, well, I've learned a lot about migration. I never saw migration something this deep. I just saw it as people moving from one place to another. But with this conference, I've learned the effects, the negative and positive impact of migration on the country.
All right, so what in very simple terms do you see are the downsides of illegal migration for young people?
I think personally that the downsides of irregular and illegal migration to the youth like I is exposure to very, very harmful things of the world. As a youth, yes, you are meant to get exposed to bad things once in a while, but with what I have learned in that conference today, rape, organ abuse, organ harvesting, trafficking, human abuse, all of those stuff are very, very, very traumatizing to the youth. And I feel like there have to be things done to stop this from being exposed to the youth.
Dr. Williams Azuma Ijoma, the president of Global Migration Research Institute, Maryland, USA, and also Universal Migration Enlightenment Centre in Nigeria.
What is the take home from this program?
What the take home, just like you heard from my speech, is that Nigerians must not migrate because they want to migrate. If you must migrate, migrate in a regular form. Because most Nigerians who have traveled out are no more alive. Because of ignorance, they were sweet-tongued, told them once you leave the shores of Nigeria, everything is okay for you. And it's not the case. So people should understand that it's not enough to pay to travel. What is important is, if you want to travel, I'm not saying no. Where am I going to? Destination must be, identified. Then, what you're going to do also identified. You must have a handiwork. But even in Freetown, there's no free food. So people think when they just travel, everything is rosy. There are even people who traveled successfully enter into the country or destination, and they became stranded and even died because they don't have anybody there, no home. If it's during winter, they can die of cold. I saw many people last winter, in Canada, dying of cold. They have no place to stay. You understand? So the take home is that people should stop being deceived by cabals, by irregular agents who just want to stop money from them. We must travel in a regular manner. There are people who are trained for this. You understand? If you need advice, you can come to our center. You understand? We are here in Abu. Come to our center, we advise you. Go to NAPTIP. We're not the only ones doing this job. Go to IOM. We advise you better. You understand? So that is the take home.
Okay, of course, it is understanding that because of the economic meltdown, some people think to travel to seek a greener pasture. So what is your advice? What can government do to cushion this?
I've always said something that, government has a lot to do. There's no way we can end migration. Because migration is as old as man, even from the days of Adam. But we can reduce irregular migration to a large extent if we work together with government. Government need to do more. They are trying. They need to do more in the areas of, creating job opportunities, sponsoring some students overseas to go and study and see how others are doing. That is why China became what they are today. Some years ago, decades ago, they sent some brilliant Chinese to US, to Canada, to UK to go and study what they're doing. They came back and now implemented it back home. You understand? So Nigeria should do the same thing. Get good hands. You're Nigeria. We're intelligent people in Nigeria. I tell you the truth. I just went to the interview and I told them what I was told by Canadian ambassador last 2 weeks. He said Africans are accused of brain drain. But at the same time, we must commend Nigerians that the best hands we have seen. You understand? So we're intelligent people. Our youth are good. You understand?